Have you ever picked up your phone for just a second, and by the time you put it down, you are feeling like your whole life needs work? You were fine a minute ago. You were drinking coffee, folding laundry, sitting in your car before work. Maybe you were even having a decent morning. Then you opened up social media. Someone's on a beach. Someone bought a new house. Someone got promoted. Someone has the perfect kitchen, the perfect body, the perfect family picture, and the caption that says they're so grateful. And suddenly, you're looking at your own life through a completely different lens. Not because anything in your life changed in the last 5 minutes, but because the voices around you did. Then you open up your email and something is for sale that promises to make you prettier, healthier, more organized, younger, richer, more successful, or more prepared. Turn on the news and there's another crisis asking for your fear and your full attention. Before the day really begins, your mind is crowded with other people's lives, opinions, and emergencies. Today I want to talk about a phrase that has been sitting with me. Your life is being outvoted. Not because you do not know what you want, not because you cannot make good choices, but because all day long, outside voices are casting votes about what you should want, what you should fear, what you should buy, what success should look like, and whether your life is even full enough. And when enough of those voices pile up, your own voice can get quiet. Listen, the world is not designed to create your happiness. That doesn't mean the world is personally against you. And it doesn't mean that every person, platform, company, or news organization is trying to ruin your peace. But the incentives around us are often not built around our peace. Your attention is valuable. Your insecurity can be profitable. Your fear can be engaging. Social media says, look what everyone else has that you do not. Marketing says, you need this to be happier. The news says something terrible is happening. Stay here, keep watching. And then you wonder why we feel anxious, dissatisfied, behind, and exhausted. It may be because we have spent the day receiving 1,000 little messages that say, your life is not good enough as it is. And it is not just your peace that gets crowded out. Your imagination does too. Think about when you were a kid. You could lie in your bed, stare out a car window, pick up a pencil, and let your mind just go somewhere. You could picture a room you wanted, a place you wanted to visit, a story, a future, a life that felt yours. You still have that imagination. It didn't disappear, but it's hard to hear when every open moment is filled with somebody else's dream, somebody else's opinion, or somebody else's definition of what enough is. Not every voice deserves equal access to your mind, and that's okay. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast that empowers you to master your emotional world. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling is a signal and every signal holds power. In a world that often tells us to ignore or dismiss our emotions, I'm here to remind you that whatever you're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. All right, let's just jump right into it and name it. My life is being outvoted. What can this look like in real life? Maybe you wake up to an alarm on your phone and start scrolling before your feet hit the floor. By 7:15, you have seen an engagement ring, a vacation, a promotion, a scary headline, a video telling you to change your face, and an ad for something you didn't know you needed 5 minutes ago. Now you're standing in your bathroom, brushing your teeth, but your mind is still taking attendance in everybody else's life. Or maybe you had a plan that actually felt good to you. You were going to save money this year, slow down, stop overcommitting, wear what you already own, spend more time at home, maybe take a trip that fits your real budget. And then you scroll long enough and suddenly your plan feels small and limiting. Now you think you need a bigger trip, a different wardrobe, another goal, a side hustle, a changed body, a renovated home. Push harder, do more. Not because those things are wrong, but because you have not had a quiet moment to ask, do I actually want this? That's what it means when your life is being outvoted. The loudest voices around you start carrying more weight than the trusted voice inside you. It can feel like envy, shame, anxiety, urgency, loneliness, resentment, or exhaustion. Sometimes it looks like restlessness. You cannot settle down because you have absorbed the idea that you should be doing more. Sometimes it looks like numbness. You have heard so many opinions that you cannot tell what you want anymore. So naming it is the first step. Maybe say something like, I am not failing at life. I may be carrying too many outside votes. There's a difference. Next, we want to claim it. Maybe say something like, I get to decide what and who has a vote in my life. Here's what I want you to claim. You are allowed to protect your happiness and your peace. Not perform happiness, not force happiness, but protect it. Happiness is not something the world is going to hand you after you finally look good enough, earn enough, own enough, or manage to stay ahead of every scary thing happening. It is something you have to make room for. Let's think about voting for just a minute. Not every person in your life, every app on your phone, every ad in your inbox, or every headline on your screen gets unlimited ballots in what happens in your personal life. They do not get to decide whether you are doing enough. They do not get to define success for you. They do not get to tell you that your family, body, home, pace, bank account, or dreams are not good enough. Yet we hand over ballots all the time to strangers on the internet, brands trying to sell us something, headlines designed to grab us, and sometimes an old version of ourselves that still thinks we have to earn rest or joy or belonging. But your life is not a group project for the internet. Your life is yours. Your happiness is yours. Your values get a vote. Your capacity gets a vote. Your season gets a vote. The people you love and trust get a vote. And the life you are trying to build quietly, consistently in the real world, that gets a vote too. There is nothing wrong with wanting more, but wanting more because it's true for you is very different from wanting more because somebody made you feel less than. One expands your life, the other drains it. So now we have to navigate it. We're going to take back the votes. What do we do with this? I want to give you 4 simple shifts, not big life overhauls, just little ways to create a little more room for your own voice. 1, notice the feeling before you obey it. The next time you scroll, watch, shop, or compare and feel that rush, I need to change something right now, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Am I feeling behind, scared, jealous, maybe left out? Like I need to prove something? A feeling can be a signal that something has landed on your mind and started pulling on your peace. You do not have to obey it immediately. It's just a signal. You can sit with it long enough to understand where it came from. Maybe you don't want that new goal. Maybe you do need to make a change, but give yourself the option of deciding that from a grounded place, not from a panic somebody else planted for you. Number 2, ask, is this mine? When you feel pressure to buy, achieve, change, chase, or worry, ask one question. Is this mine? Is this desire mine? Is this fear mine to carry? Is this timeline mine? Or did it show up because I watched somebody else live differently for 30 seconds? That question can be incredibly clarifying for you. Maybe your friend buys a bigger house and you realize you want more space too. That can be true. But maybe with some reflection, you realize that you don't want a bigger mortgage. Maybe you want a quiet corner to read, a less cluttered living room, or an organized spice rack. Those are different needs, and they have different answers. The outside image may trigger a feeling, but you get to decide what that feeling is really asking for. Number 3, create a no-vote zone and let your imagination have a turn. Choose 10 minutes of your day where the outside world does not get a ballot. No phone, no music, no email, no scrolling, no texts. You can drink coffee in quiet, sit in your car before walking into the house, or take a short walk without filling the space. If you want something to do and don't really know how to handle that, journal this question. If no one else had a vote, what would I want? Sketch the reading nook you keep picturing. Make a list of places you want to go, things you want to learn, or what you would truly enjoy doing on a Saturday afternoon. And if you don't want to write or sketch, simply sit there and let your mind wander without giving it any tasks or jobs. Your imagination needs open space. Your dreams need somewhere to land and develop. Number 4, choose 3 voices that get more weight. If your life feels outvoted, it helps to decide whose voices deserve more influence. Maybe it's your spouse, your best friend, your therapist, a mentor, your faith, a trusted family member, or your own written values. And then you get to pick 3 steady voices, 3 places that you can return to when you feel yourself getting pulled into comparison, fear, or pressure. Then when the internet tells you that you're behind, you can come back to something real, to those 3 voices. You can ask your best friend, hey, did you see that thing on Facebook? I'm thinking about getting it. What do you think? Should I get it? You can look at the values you wrote down and say, does this choice support the life I said I already wanted? And you can remind yourself, I don't need 1,000 opinions. I only need a few honest ones. If you have been feeling restless, unhappy, or behind, consider this. Maybe you don't need to fix your entire life. Maybe you need to lower the volume on the voices that keep telling you that it's broken. Maybe you need to stop letting a stranger's vacation become evidence that your life is boring. Maybe you need to stop letting an ad convince you that you're one purchase away from being acceptable. Maybe you need to stop treating every terrible headline as proof that you're not allowed to feel peace in the middle of your ordinary day. You can care about the world and still care for your mind. You can want more and still be grateful for what you have. You can be informed without being consumed. And you can admire somebody else's life without making it a reason to reject your own. And you can choose a slower, quieter, truer version of success, even when it doesn't photograph well. That choice might not get an applause online, but it may give you your life back. And that's okay. Today, I want to leave you with one small additional challenge. Before you open the app, make the purchase, say yes to the thing, start comparing, or Let the headline take over your nervous system. Pause and ask, who is voting in my life right now? And then ask, do they deserve that much influence on my life? Because your attention is precious. Your peace is worth protecting, and your life should not be led by the loudest voices in the room. It should be led by the values, people, and choices that help you become more of who you really are. Your life is being outvoted only when you keep handing out ballots. You can take them back, and that's okay. Thanks for tuning into this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you feeling validated, empowered, and equipped with practical steps to name it, claim it, navigate it in your own life. If you found value in today's message, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear that their feelings are valid too. And if you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your emotional landscape, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration, reflections, and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying the Name It, Claim It, Navigate It framework in your own life. Before we wrap up, a quick reminder, I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and countless others along the way. My mission is to empower you with tools, not to replace professional medical advice. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.